Hello everyone, it's David Hayden and Daisy out on this July 23rd, 2019, and today we're up at Trap Park, up on Long Draw Road. I would show you the sign, but it's missing. It's laying on the ground over here. So I'll just show you some of the scenery instead, but of course the sun is in that direction, so there's going to be a glare. Daisy and I are going to hike this thing as far as we can. At about mile 1, it comes to a creek crossing, and I do not think there is a bridge, so that might be a stopping point for us. I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like. That trail is straight ahead. However, we stopped at Long Draw Road on our way in here and took a look at Trap Park. That was really nice. This trail to the left leads to it, so we're going to hike down to Trap Park and go check, Trap Lake rather, and go check it out, and then come back to the car, which is over here, and get the backpack, and then head off down Trap Park Trail and see what happens. Okay, Daisy, let's go take a look at this lake. Are you having fun yet, Daisy? I know you are. Okay, Daisy, the trail is kind of curving off back toward the main trail. The lake is over here. Let's see if we can just bushwhack our way over to it. All right, Daisy, I'm looking at some water over here to the left, but through the trees, I can see some more over here to the right. Let's go check out the left first, and then hit the right on the way back. So we just came from that direction and checking out the lake over there. Got these nice cool little woods right here. And here it curves around to the right. I didn't know it did that. Maybe I'll have to get a shot from Google Earth and put on here so we can see what the thing's actually shaped like and what it looks like from a sky view, from a satellite view rather. But man, this is sweet. And Daisy out there playing in the water. You like this lake, Daisy? Woo, doggy. All right, we've seen the lake now. Let's go hit this trail. And we found us another way out of here, didn't we, Daisy? This ain't the way we came, but it's kind of cool. It looks like a trail. Have you found another campsite? You're good at spotting those campsites, aren't you? That's not a shabby campsite, Daisy. Got a good view of part of the lake. All right, on to the trail. Okay, well, one last look at the lake from here, but I discovered that trail we was on does not lead to the Trap Park Trail. It does lead to the lake. I guess we should have just stayed on the trail. We would have got there eventually, but you know how me and Daisy are. We like our little adventure. Bushwhacking to the lake was even more fun. Okay, Daisy, say goodbye to the car. What have you found? Come on, let's hit this trail. Visiting the lake is over with. It's time to head on up Trap Park. Once we get into Trap Park, Daisy, there's supposed to be a lot of wildflowers. Check out these Indian paintbrushes. The trail does go that way, but I want to look at something over here. I dropped the backpack off underneath this tree. There's like a little social trail right here, and I can hear the running water of Trap Creek. This is going to be our first good look at it. Woo-wee! We gotta figure out if we're gonna be able to cross this thing later on, Daisy. Let's go find it. Okay, Daisy, that was the first good look at Trap Creek. Back on the trail now. We gotta go up this switchback. Ooh, I hope it ain't real long. This backpack is heavy. Okay, we've made the first switchback. It wasn't too bad. There's a little view of Trap Lake. That's pretty cool. And even better, some of the never summer mountains, I believe. It's because the snow never melts off of them. It stays like that year round. All right. What an incredible view. Oh yeah. There's a long draw road over there. You can kind of make it out. I see some cars in the distance. We was over there, Daisy. All right. Let's complete this switchback. Head on up this trail. Okay, so we've made it up the hill. Here's a little look around. There's Long Draw Road in the distance. Some more of the mountain scenery. Oh yeah. And now the trail kind of goes downhill a little bit, it looks like. That's just temporary though. It's going to slightly increase in elevation the whole way, but not by much. This trail is rated as easy. It's only 3 miles long, so this shouldn't be no big deal. Nothing me and Daisy can't handle. Okay, still on the trail, and I kind of pointed out what I think is the never summer mountains because the snow never melts off. And look at there, a patch of snow right here where we're at. It's hot out here, Daisy. How come that stuff hasn't melted? What's going on around here? So I broke out my map and GPS. Yeah, I did bring it this time. Daisy, that ain't nothing for you to eat. All right, so we're at 430.4, so this is 430.5, and 4489.3. This is 89.5, so just a little lower and to the left, so probably right about here where I drew this little creek that I seen from Google Earth. So this little creek is not the drastic creek crossing that I was thinking we would be facing, but it is here, and somebody has built a little makeshift bridge across it. Maybe I can do that. If not, it's not very deep. I could just walk across it. But Daisy's enjoyed a fresh drink of water, and I got to take the backpack off and take a break. This was nice. So Daisy and I tested out that little makeshift bridge across the creek, and it works really good. As you can see, my backpack's still sitting on the other side. And the trail continues on this way, so we're about to go get the backpack and truck on down the road a little ways. But first, you know how I am. I've seen another makeshift trail over here. Kind of follows the creek. And some snow up there. We're gonna go down here just a second and see what we can see. Okay, well, clearly I misspoke when I said let's go down here. It's up here. This is uphill. Oh, Daisy, what was I thinking? You know I don't like going uphill. Are you cooling your belly off in that snow? Yep, we have found more snow. Undoubtedly, probably where this creek comes from. The snow melting off. That dog just loves to play in the snow. All right, Daisy. On back down this way is where our backpack is. We might have to get a mosey on. Fun time's over for now. Well, maybe not. You're so crazy. Daisy and I have noticed that we keep losing our sunshine. And the reason is this. Some gray clouds keep rolling in overhead. There is a 20% chance of thunderstorms. I hope this one moves on like the others have. So far, so good. All right, Daisy. We're back on this side of the creek now with the backpack. Let's strap this bad boy on and carry on. Yeah, Daisy, I think we have come up on Trap Park. The sign says it opens up into a meadow full of wildflowers, and you may even encounter a moose or two. Maybe we won't have an encounter. Maybe we just get to see one. Okay, I'm having to hold the camera by hand now because my stabilizer will only keep it stable. But Daisy just pointed out an amazing scene to me. The creek is down there. And right over here, some more snowy mountain scene. Sorry about the wiggling. It's hard to hold this thing steady while carrying a 50-pound backpack, but that is sweet, and the trail keeps going ahead. Let's go see some more, Daisy. All right, Daisy, I'm looking up ahead. I can see what I believe is the creek crossing, and then the trail goes to the right and follows the meadow on back for another 2 miles. This creek crossing is the 1 mile point. It was somewhere in this area I was hoping to find a good camping spot. Let's go see what the creek crossing is gonna be like and then set up camp somewhere if we can. Okay, Daisy. They were correct about no bridge, but somebody has put a log across it. We might be able to do that if I get me a walking stick. Wow. And again, the sun is in that area, so it's gonna glare my camera. But this is really, really sweet. And as I noticed on my map, there is a trail that goes this way, or actually I noticed it on Google Earth and I drew it on the map. I don't know where that goes. That might just be an animal trail. But I was kind of thinking about just going off in that direction a little bit and maybe up in them trees and see if we can't find a place to set up camp and then just day hike the rest of it. Like I said, we got to cross the creek and then continue on the trail for another 2 miles. All right, we're gonna go up here and see if we can find camp first. So Daisy and I came up what I'm sure is an animal trail up on top of this really high hill. Yeah, more uphill, but there's the creek and a fantastic view of Trap Park from here. That is incredible. We were actually scouting out these trees to see if we could find a campsite, but we found a great view while we were doing it. So Daisy and I had left the backpack over here in these trees and followed what I do believe is an animal trail. You know, like deer or moose or whatever have walked this way so many times they've worn a path. We followed it to the top of that hill. Whew. Great sceneries, as you've seen, but it's very unlike me to want to go up a hill. But I've got the backpack on again, and we're going back up this hill for the second time because I found a great campsite. We're going to set it up. Okay, so Daisy and I came up this ridiculously steep hill. It's not really that bad, but I had the backpack on. so that made it a little tougher, but yeah, we made it. All right, over here, you can see I'm holding this in my hand, but I wanted to be able to look around. In this little grove of trees here, I've got the hammock strung up. I did go ahead and put up the tarp because that 20% chance of thunderstorms, they keep passing overhead. There's Daisy's tent. She's already been in it to check it out. She likes it. She's got sticks to play with, the backpack over there. And then, just in case we decide we want to enjoy some sunshine, because our campsite is kind of in the shade, I broke out the other tarp, my Kelty Noah 12. And I strung it up over here, kind of haphazardly, but I got my camp chair underneath it. If it does start raining, I can sit in that chair and just listen to it fall on the tarp. Oh man, there is a gray cloud over there, but there's not many. Okay, that's the camp set up. Me and Daisy's about to go hike the rest of this trail. Okay, we're back down the hill and at the creek crossing. And I think I got my problem solved. I'm just gonna do like Daisy does. No, I'm not gonna walk across that log. I got my camp shoes on. Ah, you fell in the water. So here I go. Yeah, we're just gonna walk across this thing. Ain't we, Daisy? That's what I like about these camp shoes. It don't matter if they get wet. All right, we on the other side of the creek now, Daisy. Let's finish up this trail. So we're just looking back now. That's the way we came from. And on top of that hill over there, somewhere in that group of trees, is where our camp is set up. Hey, Daisy, I can see our house. Oh yeah. All right, you ready? Let's keep on keeping on. Daisy, I see something down here. Check that out. Oh yeah, let me get the other camera out and get a better shot of it. Yeah, a little cascade. And then, if I walk over here in the direction where the scene ain't so hot anymore, you get to see it flows down through here and through that little rock canyon. That is sweet. All right, Daisy, let's keep on trucking. Let's see what else we can find. You know, I see these things sometimes and it kind of interests me. I don't know if it does anybody else, but that rock over there, from a distance, I thought that was a sheep. It turns out it's just a rock. So that was one thing that kind of caught my attention about this area. And the other was this big boulder over here. It's just kind of sitting out there all by itself, minding its own business. Like I say, I don't know if that interests you, but I kind of thought it was something. On top of that hill, I can't focus too good. You see him, Daisy? Oh good, he's going away. Hey, we saw a moose! What is this we're coming up on, Daisy? I hear water. Yeah, that's nice, Daisy. Here comes some more mud, Daisy. You know, I'm really glad I wore my camp shoes. There's a lot of little creeks or something that spill out over the trail. And we have had to walk through a lot of mud holes. I'm glad I didn't wear my hiking boots. I don't want to get them all wet and muddy. I can just rinse these camp shoes off. They're made out of plastic. Okay, well, the trail has kind of vanished. I remember the sign saying it ends at the Neota Wilderness. I was really hoping there would be a sign for the Neota Wilderness that I could get a shot of, but I don't see one around here anywhere. Daisy spotted this little trail, but I think it's just an animal trail down here to the water. I don't think this is the actual trail. Anyway, you can kind of see the meadows coming to an end anyway, and we got these red rock mountains ahead of us. That kind of describes what the Neota Wilderness is like. So I think we have reached the end. Daisy, what do you think? Yep, this was incredible. Now we get to see it all over again on our way back. Okay, let's go, girl. I don't know if you can see all these mosquitoes on Daisy, and they're all over me too. But it turns out this campsite that I picked sucks. It is infiltrated by mosquitoes. I don't understand that. The water is down there. We came up the hill. We're on top of the hill, and we're getting eat alive. That does it, Daisy. This looks like it would be a great campsite, but it ain't. We not staying here. Come on, let's go. As bad as I hate to do it, we cannot stay here. Unfortunately, that kind of sucks. Because I did not bring my mosquito hammock, which has the bug net built over it. I've never actually zipped Daisy up in the dog tent. It does have a bug screen on the door, but Bandit did not like that, so I'm assuming she won't either. These mosquitoes are just, they're sucking us dry. We'll be dead before morning. So we just gonna do a little car camping tonight, Daisy. You know what? I don't even feel like packing this stuff up. My back hurts from hiking in here. We just gonna leave everything here. I put the backpack inside the hammock. So the backpack is sleeping in the hammock tonight. We didn't see a soul out here, so I'm not worried about anything disappearing on me. But we about to hike on up out of here and go spend the night in our car. Okay, here comes some of the old bouncy footage. Because I'm carrying the GoPro in my hand. But yeah, I just don't understand the mosquitoes being on top of the hill instead of down by the water, where you would think that's where they would normally stay. Oh my goodness, there was zillions of them. I've never experienced that before. I mean, it was terrible, just miserable. Oh, there was no way we could spend the night there. I didn't bring any insect repellent because I wasn't expecting that. So I don't understand why Trap Park has so many mosquitoes. Beaver Park didn't have any. So now I'm kind of thinking, Daisy and I are on our way back to the car, that this is probably going to wrap up this hike. In fact, instead of sleeping in the car and getting up in the morning, I'm kind of thinking we might just go home and sleep in our nice, comfortable bed, and then I'll just drive back in the morning sometime and come get the backpack and all the equipment. You know, I read a description about this trail. Somebody said that if you're looking for solitude, this is the trail for you. And they were right. I haven't seen a single soul all day today. So I seriously doubt somebody's gonna hike in at night and steal my stuff. So I'm not worried about leaving it in the woods. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us, I'm afraid. It's not the way I wanted it to end, but it was a lot of fun nevertheless. Stay tuned for our next adventure. Good morning, everyone. It's July 24th, the next day. Daisy and I have returned to the campsite to retrieve the backpack and all the gear. We just made a quick look around. Everything is as it should be. The tarp, my camp chair, and then off over here in the trees, her tent. Oh yeah, still in the same place. The mosquitoes didn't carry it off. The hammock, oh, inside the hammock, the backpack. Oh yeah, life is good. Okay, Daisy, everything's packed up. We're ready to rock. But you know, before we leave here though, you know, we looked in front of the campground because that's toward Trap Park. That's where all the scenery was. There's a grassy area behind us. Let's go check it out and see what's back here. Well, I missed him. Dang it. Daisy, don't you do it. Just right over there was a huge moose laying down, taking a nap or whatever he was doing. He seen us coming and he jumped up and ran off the other direction. I didn't have the camera ready. Shucks. And that's in this area right behind where our camp was. So, alright, that's the last little look around. We're gonna take this backpack on to the house. See you next time. Got us another moose sighting.